Past 1 a.m. here. I don't know if anyone is online to watch this live, but okay, let me keep it down. Yeah, I think it's better. I just finished eating, so I was like, you know what? Let me just come and share this before I go to bed. So in order not to waste time, because of those that watch this live on playback, right? The major reason that I stopped posting on Instagram, it's not like I have permanently stopped though. Just temporary, like for the meantime I haven't posted in, let me say, 2 3 months. I think 2 months actually. I think that was March, April. Yeah, 3 months. Is getting to 3 months already. And for me, for someone like me, that's a very long time because I used to be very active on Instagram, like, right? I used to post a lot, like post on my page and my stories in a day. I may post 4 or 5 times, post on my page continuously. Like I was actually very active. So like every day you came to my page, you would see something, but all that has stopped. And the major reason for me, I think, is because I started to overshare. And let me tell you something. I don't know if it's just me, but posting on Instagram became a bit I will not say it became addictive, but I started seeing the bad sides of it, right? I started to feel like it was no longer healthy for me because I was always posting, and whenever I wanted to post I would think, what are people going to think about this thing that I want to post. Mind you, some of the things that I posted, okay, I used to post things that I love to post, but not all of them were solely for me. Some of them were to get attention, some of them were to, just so I could have something to post for that day. That's how some of them were, right? Some of them were educational, so like just different things that I used to post basically. But I started to feel like I was oversharing. Oversharing, you might say, oh, on YouTube here, don't I overshare? Yes, also I think I not, well, kind of, not really, but yeah, kind of. But the difference is the audience, right? My audience on Instagram is majorly family and friends, people that know me, people that are interested in me, things like that, right? So when I share certain things, these people, they know me in real life. They have my phone number, they have my contacts. That makes all the difference, right? And there are certain things that people that know me in real life, I don't want them to know about me, okay? But I started to overshare. I started to share things that ordinarily I should not be sharing. And if these people were not following me on Instagram, they will not have this knowledge about me. They will not know this thing about me, right? But posting on Instagram just kind of gave everybody access to my life, what I did today, where I went. And I didn't like that. If I ate something new, I felt the need to post it. If I wore something new, I felt the need to post it. If I had a good time, I felt the need to post it. If I did something that I haven't done in a while, or something new, I felt the need to update my followers on Instagram that, okay, look at what I'm eating. Oh, I made my hair, I made my lashes, I went to this place, I did that. And it was fun, it was fine, in the at the time. But as time went on, I started to feel like it wasn't necessary anymore. Like I could have a good time without sharing it publicly. Was my having a good time based on if everybody knew that I was having a good time? Sometimes I would want to go out, but I wouldn't want to go out that day because maybe I didn't have a new cloth to wear. I didn't want to wear the cloth that I wore before, that my Instagram followers had seen me. And take note, I don't have like 10,000 followers, but just like 1,800 or something. I didn't want to wear the same clothes that they had seen me wear, that I posted myself in. And if I wanted to go somewhere, I didn't want to go to the same place I'd been in before because I wanted to post a new place. And little things like that, little changes that I was making in my life to accommodate my Instagram. I don't even have like the perfect Instagram whatever. I just had, you know, a vision in my mind, an image in my mind of how I wanted my page to be, how I wanted it to be curated, and I liked the attention that I got whenever I posted myself, or I posted myself eating somewhere nice, or wearing something nice, or I made my hair, I did my lashes. Like I liked the kind of attention that I got whenever I showed up like that. Okay, so it kind of became like a drug. If I didn't have anyone to talk, if no one was talking to me at the time, no one was sending me messages, everyone was quiet, I would just maybe take myself out and take pictures and post on Instagram so that people can like, hey, how have you been? Nice picture, things like, just so people can holler at me. So I started to realize that these little things, they are not healthy at all. Okay, I started to realize the dangers of this thing. Like Instagram was taking a different turn from what I wanted it to be. Hi Joshua, welcome to the live. Nice to have you here. So Instagram was not taking a different tone on what I intended it to be. You know, for my Instagram content, I looked at different things like educational content only, but that wasn't working because in between, I would take myself out. Like whenever I went out, like normally, yeah, not the curated one that I planned, like normal going out, I would go out and take pictures and all of that. And if I posted it, and then I'll feel like, okay, I can also do lifestyle content. Okay, then I started posting that. um Hi Tayo Olukotun. Hi, welcome to the live. Thank you for being here. So I started posting that as well. I think the major reason, I like one of the other reasons, apart from like oversharing, I didn't like that I started to overshare, because the more I posted on Instagram, the more I felt like I needed to post. So if I'm going to go back to posting on Instagram again, I'm going to go back in such a way that I know what to share. Like I've always known what to share. There are specific things that I don't talk about on my Instagram page. But if I'm actively posting on Instagram, certain things are going to come up and I'm going to feel the need to post or talk about them, right? That's the issue. So if I'm going to go back to Instagram, I'm going to know what to post and when to post. And I want to have like a focus. I want to have like a particular thing that I post about. I think that would be better for me, just in a way to, limit how I talk about my life. Okay, maybe I want to focus on travels or just outings, or like my home, like just one particular thing. I don't want my Instagram account to be open in such a way that I can come and talk about everything, right? Because that's not healthy for me. That's not good for me, because then I can overshare. And I told you that I don't have fans on my Instagram page. My personal Instagram page is basically my family and friends, are people that know me in real life, right? And I don't like to overshare things that I don't want them to know, that personally I would never have told them. But sometimes if you're with your phone, you feel the need to express yourself, right? Like just there was a time I posted a song, a depressive song, on my Instagram stories. Normally I would not have done that, but that day I was like just on my phone, and I felt like, okay, let me just express myself. And one of my close friends, she called me like, hey, this thing that you posted on your Instagram, are you okay, blah blah blah. And I didn't want to share, like I didn't want to share personally what I was going through. I was going through a tough time. I know that song, I could relate to that song. Okay, I was playing it over and over and over. That's why I felt like, okay, let me just post it on my Instagram. But I didn't like that post, passed the message to her. And I felt like, okay, other people also got the message, and they know that, okay, I'm going through a tough time. I don't like that. The honest truth is that not everything is for social media. Not everything should be shared on the public platform. Okay, some things are personal, some things are only for the people around you. Because once something is posted on your Instagram, either on your stories, on your page, you cannot tell who has saved that information. You cannot tell who has information that they should no longer have. Another thing is that you can have a good time without sharing it publicly. Okay, you can go out, eat, travel, whatever, without sharing it publicly for everybody to know that, okay, you are living a certain lifestyle, you're having a good time, especially if you don't really have a lot of money or you're not financially stable. For me, unless it's for business purposes, or for some serious purpose, there's no need projecting yourself to live a certain lifestyle that you don't live continuously. Me, generally, I've never pretended to be something that I'm not, right? I've never pretended to do something that I didn't do, or raise myself to a level that I wasn't up to. I've never done that. But I just feel like sometimes there's certain things about you that people don't need to know about. So another reason that I stopped posting on Instagram, at the moment I'm not posting on Instagram, is that I kind of realized, like, when I went through a tough time, when I was in need, when I was down, I kind of realized that the people that were actively watching me on my Instagram page were just watching me to see what I was up to, but they were not my friends. They were not going to have my back, and they were just interested in seeing the highlights of my life. And after that, they move on to the next person that is posting the next fancy highlights. It's been 2 3 months and nobody has reached out to me to say, oh, blessing, how are you doing? I'm talking people that we regularly talk in the DMs. Like, if I were to post a picture or something, they will come up and say, oh, nice, looking good, blah blah blah, whatever. None of them have reached across to me to say, I haven't seen your post in a while, how are you doing? And you just holler at me and say hi. And besides that, even the people that I thought were my actual friends, okay, they did not come true for me when I was in need. I think at that moment I kind of like just filtered out a lot of friendships in my mind, and maybe someday we'll talk about that. Someday we'll talk about friendships as a whole, but for today I just want to talk about why I stopped posting on Instagram at the moment. I know this happens to other people, and sometimes it doesn't need to be like one serious reason. Sometimes you just don't feel like sharing anymore. Basically, that's it. Like, now I use YouTube a lot more than I use Instagram. YouTube being that YouTube is a general platform, okay? Most people that follow me here are not my family and friends. They don't know me in real life, okay? So information can still be vague, right? I can tell you whatever, but you don't know me, you don't know where to find me, you don't know where I work, you don't know where I school, you don't know where I live, you don't know the supermarket that I regularly visit, okay? You don't know how to contact me, you don't know my family members. So information can still be quite vague, as opposed to if I post it on my YouTube channel where people they have direct contact to me and my family, right? So basically, if you are sharing on social media, know what to share, know when to share it, and how to share it. I think that's the major thing, okay? Especially if you have a public page that any random person can come in and see your videos, your pictures as far back as 7 years ago. Okay, and another thing is that post what you will be proud to post. If it's your personal page, post what you will be proud to post. Know the message that you pass across. I often think about this, like, for every video I make, for every picture I post, like, for every thing that I put out, what is the message I'm trying to pass across, and what is the value that someone else can get from this message. Sometimes when you put out content, so to say, the person that needs the message may not see that content for another 6 months. That's something that we fail to realize, okay? Like, the way time works is different from how we think time is supposed to work. The day that you put out that message is not necessarily the day that the intended receiver will see that message. Sometimes it's years later, right? I'm scrolling on Instagram, I'm scrolling on YouTube, and I've seen videos that were posted on 5 years ago, and they blessed my life. At the time when the person was posting it, they may probably be sad that, oh, this video just has 5 views, but they don't know that the person that message is intended for will eventually see that video 5 years later. Okay, so know the message was passed across with every post, okay, with every video, with it, like, whatever you put out, just know the message you want to pass across, know the value that you want to give to the person, know the intended, the intention behind that content, okay? Just know it, okay? So mind what you put out, know the reason why you put out things, okay? You can post things just for your personal pleasure, but don't let it engulf you. Don't be entirely enveloped that if you don't post in a day you feel some certain kind of way. I don't know, but for me, that's just what Instagram was at the moment. It got overwhelming. I didn't see the need anymore to like update people about what I was doing in my life. I didn't see the need. And also, I felt like a lot of people were watching me. They did follow me. We no longer spoke, but they were just there on my account lurking, waiting for when I will post something new so they can view it. Okay, you're not in contact with me. You don't want to be in contact with me. You don't want to do right by me. You don't want to be my, like, you don't want to do what it takes to be my friend. Like, you don't want to be an active person in my life. You don't want to contribute anything, but you just want to be there, seeing what I'm posting, monitoring my every progress. I didn't like that, and that's why I felt like, okay, you know what, let me just stop updating altogether. People don't need to know where I'm at, what I'm doing, who I'm with. Like, people don't need to know that anymore. And I just felt like all the energy that I put into my Instagram, if I put it into growing my YouTube page will actually grow a lot more than what it is now. And I feel like that is so true. That was so correct because my YouTube page has definitely grown. I've gotten like a small community here, and everly grateful for you guys. So thank you so much for tuning in. And the live is late, and I'm going to try and catch some sleep. So another time we would continue on this topic. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you for your time. If you have any comments or questions, I will be uploading this video to YouTube probably properly, so you can come back and watch the live again, drop your comments and your suggestions, and I would definitely be replying. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Bye.